Hello guys, welcome back to our D&D 5th edition Subclass series here on Urge. Alex Jameson. This time up is the Life Domain from the Cleric side. And if you wanted to play a true healer, guys, we have got the subclass for you.
As always, if you're new to the channel, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps a ton. Without any further ado, let's get right down to it. At level 1, you're going to get a bonus proficiency where you gain access to heavy armor. So, a little bit more tanky.
Yes.
At level 1, you also get Disciple of Life, which gives you the ability to, whenever you heal, you get to add to the healing spell an extra amount of healing, which is 2 plus the spell's levels. You get a little bit extra healing on each of your spells.
Not a whole lot, but it helps buff a little extra heal every single time.
Anything is welcome.
Right,
anything
yeah.
bonus.
When you can't out-heal the damage coming in, every little bit helps.
Mm-hmm.
At level 2, you get a really cool use of your channel divinity called Preserve Life. And this is another great example of why this domain is the heal of all heals. With just using your channel divinity, you can heal, basically a little healing pool equal to 5 times your cleric level. So easy math, if it's you level 5, you have 25 HP, you can heal. You can split it between any number of creatures within 30 feet of you. The only real drawback is you cannot heal any of those creatures up to over half of their maximum health. So, shorthand, if somebody has 50 health, you cannot heal their current hit point pool above 25. So if they're at 18, you can heal them for 7. Somebody else's cap is 40, they're at 12, you can heal them for 8, getting them back to half. Really the only weakness of there, but if also in that same notification, because it's a flexible healing pool, if somebody is out, you can straight just heal them to half. If you really want to focus on one person, you can split between 2 people to split between 10 people. So it does have a little bit of a drawback, but it's very versatile in how you get to use that heal pool without actually spending a spell slot. It's just your channel divinity, which you get back on short rest anyway, which is pretty good.
Then at level 6, you get the Blessed Healer, which also is a slight variation on what you got at level 1. You get to heal, whenever you heal someone else, you as the cleric get to also heal 2 plus the spell's level. So you get a little bit of healing on yourself every time you heal someone else. It's not a whole lot, but, you know, any free healing is always welcome.
Yeah. Keeps the healer alive to have to spend a heal slot on himself.
Alright, then we have at level 8, the Divine Strike. With this, basically whenever you hit with a melee attack, you're able to add an extra 1d8 radiant damage. When you hit level 14, that increases to 2d8 radiant damage. So a little bit extra power behind your hits.
Capstone ability is Supreme Healing. Now if you read it word for word in the book, it sounds kind of weird, but it says whenever you heal, whatever number of dice you use the highest possible number on the dice. Well, you just heal Cap. Whatever the maximum for the spell is, you heal it. So if it's 3d6, you just heal 18. If it's 6d4, you just heal 24. It's the easier way to say it. But that's what's great, because there's no unpredictability to your heal spells. You know when whatever spell slot you use, whatever spell you use, it's automatically going to heal for the maximum, which is really, really sweet.
Alright, now for our class scores with the 5 Flump score base. We have first the role-playing value, and we gave this Life Domain a whopping 1 out of 5. And I know some of you are probably going to be crying and saying, wait, but they have all... Okay, but listen. They have... All of their abilities are combat-based. You could be like, yeah, they could, RP how they use spiritual... Okay, you can RP any spell you do. Alright, so there's not really any of their abilities that they're gaining are not giving any RP value to the class. They all are great abilities, but they're not going to change the way you RP the class. You're still going to be, talking, communicating with your deity or whatever, and you're also going to be, acting out however in-depth you want to go with your spells, but there's nothing innately that's going to give you just an out-of-combat bonus, really, in the way you're going to RP. So, the 1 out of 5.
Yeah. The good news, however, we go to the combat side of things. I really wanted to give it a 6, but it only goes to 5. So it's without a doubt a 5 out of 5. There is no question. D&D as a whole, as we talked about in other videos and what's going on, but you can't out heal damage in D&D. But the closest you can get to doing that is this subclass, and not to mention the fact that your healer gets heavy armor proficiency. And gets a little extra damage to his stick when he's in there swinging at stuff. So your healer can be in the midst of everything, so he can be within range of everybody to get his heal spells off. But he's harder to bring down because of his higher armor proficiency. and he gets flexible heal spells with his channel divinity, and when he gets to level 17, all of his healing is just automatically capped, which if you take 10d 1000, the average is like 60 some odd. So instead of averaging 65, it's just straight 100 every single time. In late game, if you're dealing with dragons and big turds like that, that's a huge plus.
Then lastly, we have the class overall synergy, and we gave this a 3 out of 5, kind of like how we talked about in the last video. It doesn't really hurt the class a whole lot, doesn't really help the class a whole lot. It gets, like every other subclass in Cleric, it gets the bonuses with the channel divinity. Some of the utility spells and everything are pretty good, but they're not really too far out of the range of the normal Cleric's options that you get. So it's right in the middle ground. Doesn't hurt really anything with the class synergy. Doesn't really help a whole lot. It's just right there in the middle.
It is what it is.
Even keeled, class synergy wise. All right, so those are our thoughts about the Life Domain Cleric. If you guys have anything that you want us to see, as always, comment and let us know in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that bell so you know all of our new videos come out. And if you have anything again that you want to see, we're open to hear anything you guys got, but we'll keep these subclass series going. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. It goes with the early level 2 that you get, or level 10. I ruined myself. I ruined it. I always do that. Try to add a little something and say it wrong. All right.